poppin', everybody? So today for this video, I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a album reaction in my car, which you've seen me do reactions in my car before, but this one I'm actually gonna be cruising around, as you can probably see in the background. And that's just because it's a pretty hot day, and I don't really feel like letting my car just sit there and idle for like an hour on a really hot day, because that's just not good for your engine. So I'm gonna be cruising around for this reaction, and as you can see from the title, I'm gonna be reacting to an album, the new album from Samad Savage called Trust the Weird Kids. And I know probably most of you haven't heard of this guy, but you should, basically, is what I'm getting at, you know? He's a really talented up-and-coming rapper from New Jersey, and I'm just trying to give him a little bit more exposure. I've been talking to him for about the past year or two. You know, I would call his friends, and I just want to give him a little bit more exposure because he's a really talented guy with a great voice, really dope delivery, and he has a lot of different flows he can pull out. And he actually, you can tell that he raps because he loves music and wants to say something, which I always support rappers like that. So yeah, Trust the Weird Kids. Let's jump into it. Getting some vibey stuff going on. Okay.
Trust me, when you're the weird kid in every classroom, it get ugly. Random choice, they pick you like a beard that's way too scruffy. They're flirting with death, she flirting back, it's becoming lusty. There are only 5 that cost your life, so pay attention. Number 1, don't ever conform to a broken system. Number 2, don't ever let them play you cause you different. Number 3, don't let them deprive you of what you deserve. Let them know you hate them when you leave like you had reverb. Number 4, tell them your creativity need to be preserved. Number 5, don't believe you're alone, remember these words.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. He's a guy that wants to empower people and rap about real stuff, and he has something to say with his music. But let's keep going.
I swear I'm just like you. I just need a little trust. Awareness you can't take from us.
That was a really good opening track. I like that. Samad was, you know, showing off that he can make vibey tracks and kind of sing a little bit with auto-tune. And what I also liked about that track, it was like he was being relatable, but also trying to empower you. Like, he was talking about the 5 rules of life, or the 5 rules that he's come to the conclusion of, just you know, don't conform and stuff like that. And then saying that, you know, he goes through bad stuff too, and he's just like you, he said near the end of the track. And you know, I like tracks like that, and it sounded really good too. So let's move on to the next one. That beat's already nasty.
So he's steady doctoring them oxygen and soul. He has come to give you life despite the sight of many throws. He just runs to give you sight within the brightness of his goals. While the churn is weak,
let's go right with the beat.
L's on top of L's that made him weaker. So he fell and said, well, hell, I might as well become a schemer. He's a young, intelligent, fun, and genuine, far from detriment dreamer. So no irrelevant foe, developing metal and goals can beat her. Yeah, she's better than threats with efforts to mess up her. Sick of being an outcast in his own town. He ain't know that she ain't had no friends, and she was so clown. Judged by her looks, so people spread rumors about her. You gotta say yes to this date, because I know I'm weird. But from that moment, they were combined and made an awesome pair. They were onto something and lived their lives without fear.
Okay, I like that. That was like kind of like a storytelling track about this dude that's making music, kind of views himself as the weird kid, and he's trying to, I guess he's like doing that because he loves it, and also trying to impress this other girl who is supposedly weird. And had a great hook with the, and then Samad on the verses was really flowing. He was riding the beat perfectly. Like, I don't think you could have chosen a better flow for that beat. So props to you, Samad. Okay.
She said, he beat me every time he get the chance to. Beat me almost weekly, leave the house dismantled. Beat me while we watching TV and I change the channel. This got my best friend asking me how could he smack you. I don't know how to open up cause I'm bashful. Plus I don't want to bother anyone with my bad news. Sock me before I sock you. Plus you black man, I'm sure you know how the cops do. So I'ma hit my
facts.
I couldn't stop you. Like, plus you hit me hard as hell and I don't never hit you back. And if I push you on the wall, you might get a little scratch. And then you show it to your friends, they hit my jacket talking crap. And I've been trying to break up, but you tell them you take me back, I'm off of that.
I'm really liking the track so far.
The cop said, "Get on the ground, pull him, taking you down." She said, "Stop, you learn this lesson, he'll stop beating me now." The man said, "Beating you? I was just leaving the house." The cop said, "Alright, listen, I'm only here to announce how many men kill their partners every day. 3 who."
I actually really like how somebody is kind of tying this track into how the titles are named for each track. It's like almost like sentences in a way, not really, but like the way he's titling the tracks tell phrases one after the other. Like this one is called Don't, the next one's Trust, and then the one after that is The Bullies. So I like how he's doing that and how each of those little phrases ties into the song. Like this one's called Don't, and it's just talking about an abusive relationship. And it's interesting so far. I'm actually really digging it.
Trusting you before, thought you was my bro. Turns out you my foe. I cannot trust the soul. I cannot trust the soul. I cannot trust the soul. Said 1,000 times that you ain't gotta lie. Shit was sweeter than my mama's apple pie. Don't be looking at my girl attractive thoughts. You get too close and I'ma have to black your eye. We were sharp together, assorted. Till you turned around and filled my back with knives. Wait, you think this a joke? If I'm too blunt, I'll probably get you smoked. If you lie to me, then not a drop a hole. I fuck up everything like the popular vote. Trusting you before, thought you was my bro. Turns out you my foe. Everything and now you played dumb. I was Chef Curry, you was Draymond. We was sauced up and it was A1. But I bossed up and then you hate son. Like a bitter dad, I can tell you mad. Sober shoulder been cold, now it's getting cold. Whoa, better back up. Anything that you want, you better pack up. Everything cool.
You flowing like crazy, bro.
Back up, I'ma call back up. Pack stuff like an action movie. Act up, facts, bro.
So far, I would probably say that's my least favorite song, but that's not saying that the song is bad, because it's still a really solid song, but I just wasn't really feeling the hook like that. But the beat and the verses were really solid.
Land of the free, home of the slave. In certain cities, you get smoked for them J's. Can race, we all feel with hate, while paving the way for the KKK.
You sons of Trump.
Keeping the lower class in the lower class, only giving them the knowledge that they need to go and pass. Ooh, fuck Rockefeller, not Jay-Z, but the family. Fuck Rothschild for these American calamities.
I see what you're saying.
Research, even I could be lying. Government spying and working with who claim.
I like how you said that. I like how you said, do your research, even I could be lying. Because there's a lot of, I 100% agree. There's a lot of people that, you know, claim to be woke or educated, but what they could have researched could have been lies. You know, what they could have learned could not be the truth. So, you know, it just ties into that quote, question everything. So I like that you said that. Okay.
I guess not. We've been playing hard, hoping that it all stops, but they're playing on us, hoping that we all wrong. Don't try to leave shit on people that don't deserve it. I'm trying to let you know that you are worth it. Look deep inside and try to find your purpose. Show them that you ain't worthless. Practice your skill until you get it perfect, and destroy the system till you leave it burning. Creating fire. And y'all need to be aware of false leaders trying to cover up more than a woman that's Middle Eastern.
Facts.
Your kids come together forever.
Big facts.
About it, be about it.
From a pure lyrical standpoint, that was by far the best one on this project so far to me. He was saying a lot, just basically talking about, you know, bad politicians, you know, corrupt governments, corrupt politicians, corrupt leaders, and things like that. It's a lot to analyze. It's my first time listening to this album, so I can't really analyze it off the top because I would still need to listen to it a couple more times. But I like what you were saying on this, Samad, and I especially like the part where you said even question me, which says a lot about maturity and really knowing the truth. Because like I said it all before, but that was a really good track in terms of lyrics, and the beat was really good as well.
Everybody smoking, even had a baby coughing. So I'm feeling lost in my surroundings, trying to keep it together. Times get hard, but we'll be alright. When they party in the limousine all night, to the hood, get a kid's new bike.
Those background vocals are nice.
Kill off the negative energy, this to my enemies. Can't let them get to me, headed for victory. Give a damn about your sympathy. So if you can't keep it real with me, skirt. As it's to the left, y'all half fast, but I'm finna do my best. Y'all half fast, but put it to the test of speed. The best believe I'm finna be a threat, you see. I'm just the best MC in my ear. Saying shine like what we do, what we does. Got Yahweh Allah's an excellent plug. Ooh, that's for certain. These here reserved from synagogue to the mosque and to the churches. We gotta show love, I know we ain't perfect, but if we unite, I can swear we worth it.
Bro, I gotta give you props, Samad. I think we're 6 or 7 tracks in, and I'm still thoroughly enjoying this and interested, and you have no features, you know, which I give you props. You know, not many rappers can do that. You know, you got J. Cole and a handful of others that can completely carry a project by themselves and still remain versatile and interesting and still have a lot to talk about. And you know, I'm just proud of you, man. I really am. I don't know what I was expecting going into this, but I was not expecting such a cohesive and versatile project. And I'm enjoying every track. Like, every track so far is at least an 8 out of 10 to me so far. And the vibes of that track you're creating with all those background vocals it sounded really good. It kind of reminds me of Ty Dolla $ign, which not a bad thing by any means. You know, Ty Dolla $ign's got a great voice and a great way of creating melodies. So you're on your way, man.
I'm in a predicament, we're killing this, considering it's similar to get it in a drilling, no construction.
Oh, that's nasty.
Just don't give a fuck if you love them. Something's up about you and suggest unless you want to end up in a grave, looking up at the face of death, trying to get away, but you finna stay, hoping they don't get away.
God, dude. Who's your producer, Samad? Cause you both on your way, bro. That beat is crazy.
Your words are forced to pour, but yours before we war with you, and yours are more insured, but sure, but the storm we perform. You got the vision, it's not hitting that you fear the truth. No division can omit it, homie, we're the youth. See, I'm cool to your kids, but we're the youth.
Bruh, so I would clap it up right now, but I'm driving. I gotta keep my hands on the wheel, but that was probably one of the hardest songs I've heard all year, bro. Your flow was crazy. I liked your aggressive delivery. The producer, whoever he is, man, whole track, man. That's a 10 out of 10 right there, bro. Man, I'm just proud of you, man. I said it twice, bro. I'm just proud of you, bro. You know it's a banger of a track when it's kind of hard for you to gather your thoughts, and that's what that track did, bro. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something different about your hooks, but also really familiar at the same time, and I can't really put my finger on it, but that's actually a really good thing, you know. I don't know who said it, but there's like this one real big artist out there that said the best way for creating catchy music and catchy hooks is to make something different but also familiar, and I think that's what you're doing really well in this album. Got some bounce going on. This is how beat that gets you dancing.
Makeup, blocks, wipe your face, but what is in your nature? It's great time, more the big stuff, wake up, the tears won't fall. So when somebody complaining about your looks, tell them go to genius.com and read the hook. Who was that acting? Why is it shaggy? Man, y'all aggy, so what? Who was that acting? Why is it shaggy? Man, y'all aggy, so what? I love you for you, I love you for you, I love me for me, I love me for me. No, we ain't the same, no, we ain't the same, but we can live in peace, we can live in peace.
Man, that track had a really good bounce to it. Like, the whole time I was just bobbing my head, as you saw. Hey, man. Give another shout out to your producer, bro. I don't know who he is, unless you're using different producers throughout the album, but if it's the same guy, bro, like I said before, you and him are both on the up and up. That's just one of those tracks that you could put on at a party and, you know, not everyone will know it, but everyone's gonna be dancing to it.
I've been telling mad stories. Is it cool if I tell a little bit of my story?
All right, last song.
God, party crowds, a baby came out with major style. Mama pushed him out, so it was so hard to sit without. Never fitting in, somehow he got used to sticking out. Saw them dipping out from these things that he's written about. Recorded a rap over that, but guess what it's spoken about? Money, 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 gun bars and getting women. Had the lyrics and the rhythm, yet and still he had no vision. Father said, 2 sons spitting, just think where you gifted, he didn't. Big brother clowned him in and made him hate himself. Big brother stopped laughing and told him, don't ever play yourself. You can't make it rapping about ladies, RPGs, and wealth. Leave that on the shelf, pick this pad up and just be yourself.
I like that. That kind of reminds me of Nas's story. Like, I know when Nas was coming up before Illmatic, he said the main reason he's such a good lyricist was because his brother would always say that it wasn't good enough, so he kept trying to, you know, get better and better until he dropped Illmatic, which is obviously you know, well, most people think it's the best album of all time and one of the best lyrical albums, definitely, of all time. So I like that. I like brothers that just do that for their siblings and whatnot. I try to push them to be better, and I can tell from at least from this story that he does that for you. So that's dope.
A couple days, and a year later he had his first show. Super nervous about his verses, could he murk it with the flow? Brother called and said, you ready? So he told him, I don't know. He said, somebody you a savage, let him have it, you a pro.
There you go.
Plan on going.
Man, I like the way, I like that outro track. I like when rappers end, or basically artists in general, when they end albums on a personal note, whether they're just, you know, being super personal about their feelings or telling a story about their personal life, and that's what you did, so I respect that. It just really helps with connecting with your listeners, so they know who you really are. You know, if your fans don't really know who you really are, or don't know anything about you or your personal life, they're not gonna be as strong a fan base as they could be. So not only was that a good song, but it was a smart song to do, you know. Man, Samad, I'm gonna be real. You dropped the best rap album of the year so far. I think the only ones that really come close, I mean, Igor, I would say I liked Igor the most this year, but that's not really a rap album. So just when it comes to straight hip hop, bro, you did a really good job. It was really cohesive because you stuck to like one theme, but you were still able to be versatile with your songs, and none of the songs sounded like each other, but they all sounded like they should be on the same album, which is a really good thing. That just shows that you're really thoughtful and intricate the way you make music, and I respect that about you. But yeah, man, there was every track on there I liked. Like, I'm gonna add them all to my current playlist just so I can keep bumping them and so I can keep digesting them, because to me, they all seem like they have replay value. They all said something. And you had to pull out a bunch of different flows and deliveries and hooks, and the production was really good as well. So this is gonna go down as definitely one of the best rap albums of the year when it's all said and done. I can tell you put a lot of work into it, and I took notice. So I hope everyone else that listens to it takes notice as well. And yeah, I'm proud of you, man. I'm gonna say it for the third time, bro. You really surprised me. I know what you're capable of, but you actually exceeded my expectations with this project. So for the rating out of 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.5 for a first listen. You know, obviously that could go up or it could go down the more I listen to it, but for a first reaction, first time through, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. So that's gonna do it for this video. I know Samad, you're watching this, so once again, great job, man. And if you enjoyed, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Make sure to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, which will be down in the description. And as always, it's been Isaiah the Player, and I'm gone.